Good morning, children. Today I am going to discuss about ninth class geography part, that is paper 1, hydrosphere. The lesson number 3, hydrosphere. In this lesson we are going to discuss hydrosphere means what is the water body on the earth is known as hydrosphere. The water body on the earth is known as hydrosphere means in the form of ponds, in the form of rivers, in the form of oceans, in the form of seas, in the form of wells, so etc. We can discuss. It is a water, realm of water. It is a realm of water. So that is known as a hydrosphere. So while discussing this lesson, in this lesson, the important one is hydrological cycle or water cycle. Water is renewable resources. Water is come from ocean to land and again land to ocean. This is a cyclic thing. It is a cyclic thing. Water is coming from the ocean and again from the ocean to on land and from the land to ocean. So this is called a cyclic thing. And water is renewable thing. How we can say? So by discussing water cycle, we can calculate it, all the things. What is that? We can calculate water cycle through important phenomena. Technical words are there. Those words are. For example, number 1, evaporation. Evaporation is a process. It is a part of water cycle. What that is? Water cycle or hydrological cycle, both are same. Evaporation. Evaporation means the liquid form change into the gas form. What is the liquid form? Water. Water getting heat, then it will be changed into the gaseous form. So that's why water changes into the gaseous form. So it is one process. So water, when getting heat by the sunlight, then ultimately water vapor which releases from the all point of view, all resources of water. What that is? From rivers, from ponds, from wells, and some lakes, seas, and oceans. The water is just evaporated by sunlight. It is one process to support the hydrological thing or water cycle. And afterwards, number 2, second one, that is transportation. What is called transportation? Water is transported from the nature. How the water is transported? According to the season, the water is transported from one place to another place. That is water transportation. So water transportation is evaporation. After we are discussing about transportation. Transportation means generally clouds are transported in the form of a breeze. What breeze? Sea breeze. So that is also second one. Transportation is also one of the factor in hydrological cycle or water cycle. So first one, what I said, evaporation. Second one, what I said, second one, transportation. Evaporation, transportation, both are two important things in the process of hydrological cycle. And third one, condensation. What is that? Condensation. Condensation means this is also one supportive thing. What that is? In the nature, if there is a clouds or if there is a cool movement in the cool movement, then the clouds are simply changed into the teeny droplets. Teeny droplets, that is also a very important thing. Very important thing to discuss about hydrological cycle. So I said three major things to support the hydrological cycle. And the fourth one is precipitation. Precipitation means, what is that? Precipitation means the clouds are changed into droplets, sleet or snow. So that is small droplets or tiny droplets or sleet or snow. That is called precipitation. So I said now four, and fifth one, runoff. What is meant by runoff? Runoff means the rainwater coming on surface of the land. So surface of the land, runoff means, first of all, if the rain comes, the rainwater which is absorbed by the sand after a specific time, up to a specific time, afterwards, if not the sand is received the water, then water will be stay on the land. Then after the water is more, then the water is moves from up area to low area or hilly area to other low area. So that is the most important thing. So when rains are coming, at that time the rainwater, when observed by the sand after a specific time, remain water. If excess water is there, means the earth is not absorbed. At that time the water is moving from upper area to lower area. This is called runoff. And next one, what that is? Groundwater. What is that? Groundwater. Groundwater means, how can we calculate groundwater? Means what? How? The groundwater we can't calculate. We can't estimate the groundwater, how the content of the water is there. In some areas, simply we can say the water is just 2 meters or 1 meter. Within 1 meter we are digging the land, we are getting water. So that is the wonderful thing. That is also we say about that is example for the groundwater. In some areas 200 to 400 feet we will dig, but water is not available. So we should not calculate about the groundwater. So but it is a factor for hydrological cycle. How? If the groundwater level is very good, it means which is available near, then it is supports. But the climatical conditions is very cool. It supports for hydrological cycle. So finally, hydrological cycle means the combination of these are all things. These are all things. What the things are? Evaporation, transportation, and condensation, precipitation, runoff, and groundwater. These six are factors. These six are factors which works in the environment, in the nature. Then we are getting water resources. So this is the important thing in hydrological cycle. One more equation is there. RF is equal to RO plus ET. RF is equal to RO plus ET. I will explain this thing in coming next class. Okay, students, you can recollect all the things once again. I will say hydrological cycle means what that is. The water is coming from the oceans to land, and land from land to again land to ocean, or sea to sea to land and land to sea. So this is one type of hydrological cycle. But this hydrological cycle should work with six important features. What are the six important features? One is evaporation, number two is transportation, number three is condensation, number 4 is precipitation, number 5 is runoff, number 6 is groundwater. These six features are worked, then automatically hydrological cycle will be working. It means generally what the thing was happen naturally, you observe, when the land is getting heat, automatically our air will go to the upwards, then here low pressure will be happen. The hot air is moving towards seaside or ocean side or cooling area. Where is a cooling area available? You see, just the cooling area is available on sea or on ocean, on top of the ocean, on top of the sea only. So that's why these hot air to move towards where there is a cool area, that is called, this is where there is a low pressure, where there is a high pressure. Low pressure to the air is moved towards the high pressure. So that's why low pressure to high pressure, the air is moving. Then high pressure to low pressure, the air is moving. So that's why the clouds are formed there on the ocean. On the ocean, clouds are formed. So again, the clouds which is giving by wind blowing, cool wind is blowing, the breeze is coming from the ocean. At the time, the clouds will give the rain. So that is the hydrological cycle. Again, the rain water will go through rivers and main groundwater, through rainwater, some little bit canals join with the seas and oceans. Again, the water is going towards from land to oceans. So ocean to land and land to ocean, it is a cyclic thing. It is called hydrological cycle. But hydrological cycle works because of six important principles. So that is the most important. Students, okay, in this lesson you observed important things, and tomorrow I will continue another thing. Thank you.